Alrighty, we're going to put some new outlets in the dining room here. Here in the country I was born in, we use 14 American wire gauge on 15 amps, 12 American wire gauge on 20 amps. Black is live, white is neutral, the hair of the green is the ground. Red and blue are also live colors, however you may find white live in a switch loop or a 220, 240 volt circuit where the appliance does not require a neutral. So I'll show you how to replace some outlets in the dining room.
Right. The only way that they should deny is that the real father comes to play.
It's nice to see that the outlets are made here in the country I was born in. That's a nice thing to see. Alrighty, so we're going to make sure this is powers off. We'll take our cover off here. Our box is set back in the wall a little bit here on the top, but not on the bottom. So this outlet is kind of worn out. It's new, but it's been used an awful lot. Okay, our black wires aren't too bad here. So this is a 14 gauge wire and it's on a 15 amp circuit breaker. Let's flip it around. Wow, they got the insulation under the screw head here a lot, and I'll show you up close. That's a very poor connection on that top wire, the white one. And you can see how the screw is mashing through the insulation here. Okay. So what we'll do to be able to make this flush up here is I'll use these little screws off of this old one we're taking out to shim the new one out so it's screwed tight to the wall. And we'll open these loops up so we can strip our wires a little bit longer here. So we'll clip all our wires a little longer here so we get a nice loop around our screws the way we want our wires to be. Okay, so let's start with our ground wire. We'll put our whites and browns on the silver color screw side of the outlet here. It doesn't matter which one goes on the top or the bottom. Okay, make sure I don't get that ground insulation under the screw head there.
Love you guys.
Have a good day.
This is the door.
Make sure it's tight and our insulation's not cut under our screw head.
Oh shit, wait.
You always put your wire around the screw, the direction that the screw turns. Like this here.
Stop fighting the phone.
Make sure it's tight like that. We'll get our ground wire on the green screw here.
Give me a leave me alone.
Right now!
Make sure it's tight. There we go.
You don't walk over and tell someone to move. Like,
Okay, we're going to flip it this way so we don't get our wires all twisted and tangled up here. Okay, so we got to get our black wires on the glass covered screw.
Dave,
Yeah,
did Justin Bender spank your ass?
no.
You lying son of a gun. He said you liked it with the belt.
Oh.
Alicia said she wanted the belt.
Oh. Make sure it's nice and tight. We have our insulation knot under the screw head and our wires go in the direction the screw turns. The white goes on the silver screw, the wide slot. The black goes on the brass screw, the narrow slot. And the green screw is the ground wire, or it could be green or bare. Okay, so now we'll shim this out on the bottom here. Okay, so we're going to put these shims up here. And this will make the outlet flush with the wall.
She must say it's not or sour patch.
She doesn't love Jack. She just doesn't want to be able to. That's what she said, didn't she, Ryan?
Yeah, no, that's why I gotta, like, anybody says that to me and I knew that
Just
they
walk
meant it,
off.
I would've said something. If I find out she truly means that, I will straight up move Jeff, I'll buy a house and move him in.
Not the one next door.
See how those plaster ears from the old broken outlet shims this out so it's nice and tight. Okay, I'll just make sure our ground wire is down away from everything here. And we'll go to our next one.
Hey, you got $45? Pick up that spackling knife right there.
We'll put the cover back on after they paint. And we'll go to our last outlet.
Everyone ugly.
Okay, this is our last dining room outlet because there's only 2 in here. So let's see what we got behind this one here.
Oh, beautiful.
Now this outlet looks like it's good, so we're not going to throw this one away because it's not broken. But we are going to break a couple plaster ears off to shim it out so it's flush with the wall. And let's see how they hold this up.
What's up, son? Now play your TikTok.
I'm not a man.
I do.
Except for Ryan.
I'm a man.
No, I'm saying, you don't be a man. Except for Ryan.
Okay, so this is an end one here.
Uncle Bob had to come help.
So we'll just clip these off. These are nice and long, so we can just clip it off. These weren't too bad.
wanna live in this house or do you wanna live in my house?
Your house.
No, I wanna actually eat right now. And we're gonna split the chicken out.
Oh, it's driving me.
Don't worry, when they move in here, I'll be in here for the day anyways.
Okay, so we'll strip our about an inch off of our wires
I get
here.
all the sheet rocked off and it's all fastened down. I got 4 days. 6 days at most. Just straight Monday, let it dry.
Oh, so, cause I didn't pay my rent.
Okay, so we'll just close the screws on the outlet that we're not going to be using. This is the end of the run here.
$950 a month.
Okay, so we'll put our ground wire around the green screw here.
What about me? What about me?
Girls, you better start learning how to have manners and behaving.
Stop yelling.
Okay, there's our ground wire. Now we'll get our white wire on here. You always put your wire around the screw, the direction that your screw turns.
I'll have to have my nephews over here every night. I'll have to have my nephews over here every night and keep them almost.
He does have like 30,000 viewers. James, the GTA 5 player wants.
Okay, you want to make sure you don't get your insulation under the screw head. That's what we want right there. Make sure it's tight. Like that. We'll flip it over. We'll get our black wire over here on the brass colored screw.
That's why I try to tolerate that patient. 4 years now,
Maybe I should set back tomorrow, right?
Tomorrow ain't Wednesday. What? Tomorrow's day's full. No.
Okay, there we go. Now we'll take these ears here and we'll probably put 4 of them here to bring this outlet out so it's flush. Now this outlet's not broken, so we'll save it because we can use it.
Stop!
Brian wants to buy the house next door for you guys. But your mom says she's not paying for it.
Okay, so we can push this into our box here. Keeping our ground wire down at the bottom here. Put our washers in here. So this will make our outlets sit nice and flush on the box. Now the bottom here is flush with the sheetrock. And see how that's sunk in at the top? So that's why we shimmed out the top of the outlet so it sets flush on the box.
My sister took one for the team.
That's not fair, right?
No, I said I'm paying him in, I am paying him in drinks. My sister.
Make sure it's tight here.
No, same.
Make sure our ground wire is down away from everything.
You just take it around.
And we'll put the cover on after they paint. They're going to repaint the walls.